Oh my god. I just want to share with you the experience here. I am in a Toyota BZ, which obviously stands for busy, because, you're a Gen Z or a millennial doofus and you work for a living and you drive an EV, so you gotta get out in the rain and plug your car in without anything over you, unlike a gas station. And then you gotta sit in your car for a while and sit on your laptop and take a nap or, look busy or important. But I have a problem here because I have to use the Tesla app to charge this Toyota, and the app doesn't show this charging station as a place I can charge this off-brand vehicle, because obviously, it's like buying a Toyota and going to the BMW dealership for an oil change. Oh, wait a second. I think super owners. Well, whatever. Here I am. This is a decent car for $40,000. However, this EV lifestyle ain't for me, yo. We have 1,008 miles on this car, and you'll see, I don't know, all these icons. One of them may be saying it's raining outside. I can't even tell anymore. They're so far away. Here you go. I have a 36-mile range, and I have to get home. I had an appointment, and now I'm trying to get home. And the problem is, this app from Tesla, first you gotta create an account, log in on Tesla. This is different than going to Buc-ee's, where you can just, she must be fiddling with her app too. You can just go to Buc-ee's and then go to like a Mercedes charger like I did with the Polestar, and then tap my credit card and get back in my car. Here, no. You got to have the Tesla app. And now that everyone is starting to use the NACS standard for charging cars, it's basically the Tesla charger compatible. The problem I have is I tried a different charging station, and Toyota had kindly provided me with this CCS converter, because most of the fast charging stations that aren't Tesla chargers have this thing, and this says Lexus on one side and Toyota on the other. For some reason, it does not work. So they said, hey, try a Tesla charger. Well, here we are, and let me tell you something. There's no way to charge it here because it's not in the app. I wish I could find a way to show you that, but believe me, I'm at Walnut Hill and 75. If you're in Dallas, you know where this is, because you see Teslas here all the time. Anyway, I now have to relocate somewhere else. My house is 40 miles away. My range is 36 miles. This may be the shortest car experience I've ever had, because it's been not even 24 hours, and I've gone through a 250-mile range, maybe. So I've actually done 210 miles, but because it's cold outside, it's using the heater, so it detracts from the range a little bit. But I'll probably have to have this thing towed and then call it quits. So yeah, the BZ, let me just tell you, is not bad. It's a good commuter car for people who commute. I got better things to do in my life than commute, but I happen to be at an appointment, and here we are, stuck with no way to get home unless I get charged, and then I have to wait for a tow truck. Absolutely furious. I really don't get angry anymore, but it must be why she's smoking a cigarette over there. Yep. What? I'm trying even not to use expletives. Expletives are called for here. They're necessary. This is what expletives are for. I can't get home, and I can't not waste the rest of my day trying to get home. This is the dumbest EV experience ever, and anyone who puts a comment here to defend EVs, good luck, because you're an idiot. And granted, I did not charge at night because I don't have charging at home. So if you're going to rent a Tesla or borrow your friend's EV and you don't have it fully charged in the morning, you are going to get screwed. You are absolutely screwed. This was fully charged yesterday. So, well, there you go. That's the Toyota BZ. Don't buy it. I mean, it's like the stupidest thing ever. I had the Polestar 4 and I loved it, but the Polestar 4 I didn't take to a Tesla supercharger. I took it to Buc-ee's and I think 7-Eleven. Well, this I took to the same 7-Eleven stop. Yesterday I picked it up from Buc-ee's and this adapter isn't working. So there goes someone else important off to work. Ooh. You're missing your bumper, bro. Did you leave it back here? No, I guess not. But none of these chargers are capable to charge this car because the app apparently won't let me choose this station. So on we go with wasting our day trying to find... What is this Hunger Games kind of stuff here going on? When I know these are cheap-ass cars. These cars are EVs. They're supposed to suck. They're supposed to remind you that you're a peasant and that you're supposed to work and do nothing but work, and you're not allowed to complain. But I'm not that. So I'm trying to convey the experience to you, and all I can tell you is, I don't know, for Toyota's first and only EV venture, I was shocked to have to download a Tesla app to be able to charge my Toyota, you know? And I get it, Toyota doesn't have charging stations, but the Tesla supercharger network doesn't work for people who don't have Teslas. And that one's got damage too on the trunk, I'm noticing. You know, because they're all commuter cars. They're just disposable garbage. And apparently people hate their payments. But, you know, it sure beats going to the Toyota dealer and paying 10 grand over sticker for a Supra, doesn't it? I think the reason why Teslas became popular in 2021, 2022 is because the dealers were depleting their inventory and then they got completely greedy. And then everyone went over to Tesla because Tesla doesn't mark their cars up. Tesla just has one basic price and it's non-negotiable. And they offer you whatever deal you want to take, a lease or a purchase. I would just lease one. And then basically these people run out the door with a new car. And then, you know, they just commute in it. So who cares? And Toyota decided to jump on that bandwagon and grab some of this market share. But do you really want to grab some of that? You really want that? Is that what you want? Basically, you know, after a while, you know, you're gonna be like, oh, it smells like cigarettes. Oh, it's got like these marks. What are those, tattoos on my car? You know, do you want that? So basically, as aggressive as I can get with the hyperboles, what I want to do is basically end my review here, unless I find a way to charge it or tow. We're gonna find out. So let me find out. Okay, this is what I've decided to do instead. Turn the HVAC off, and then, yeah, vac off. Speaking of vac off, an RX. All right, let's get going. We're going to get on the freeway. 35 miles to my house, 36-mile range on the battery. Yep, because I really don't see another way. Unless I can find... And that's with 13% battery left. Oh my god. And now we're completely stopped. I'm in traffic. And I decided, you know what? Screw it. Turn the air back on. Why suffer? This is 2026. I'm not suffering. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna live my best life. Driving an EV, sitting in traffic. Maybe I should turn this off just to, you know, like add, okay, that's 3 strikes against living my best life. Yeah, living it. What is it? Is it Monday? No, it's Tuesday. All right, so I got several more days to go before Friday. God, I could not live like this. How do you guys do this? You know why? Because you all are on your phones and you don't want to work. That's what it is. None of you are motivated because obviously you can't afford anything. And you think that you're cheating the system by driving an EV so you don't have to pay for gas. But then you all get distracted and then you don't focus. And then I think the result is you end up in stuff like this where nobody's focused and nobody's motivated. Wow, I got really philosophical. Tell me how you really feel. I don't know. You know, when I was in my 20s, I know I grew up in LA, but the commute sucked then too, but at least we frickin' drove, and we didn't sit on our phones, and we didn't have EVs. We had Priuses everywhere, I'll tell you that. And those are not as prolific as Teslas. Look, in and out. You can tell I'm in Texas. Don't California my Texas. And then there's a cult over there somewhere. Where is it? Watermark. Somewhere. There it is, those two buildings. That's a church. Can you believe that? I mean, a cult that acts like a church. Or a church that acts like a cult. If you know a watermark, you know what I'm talking about. All right. I think we're going to move over. Let's find a good car to NPC. We're just going to be the NPC here. Let's go like this. We're going to pull out and then hit the brakes. That's what NPCs do. And then we're just going to pace this truck. Yeah. But I can't. I'm not programmed to be like that. I just have to go. I'm not letting anyone in either. Screw you. You ever seen LA Story? You gotta watch LA Story. You gotta get out and read the signs and then tell people they can't drive. All we need here are earthquakes, and I think we're just back to normal. You don't even need mountains either, because when you're in the valley, there was so much smog, it looked like this, you couldn't even see the mountains anyway, so what difference does it make? Alright, I'm rambling, but I gotta fill the time. I got 33 miles to go, 32 to the house, but we're gonna try and make it to Addison. And there's like a Whole Foods over there with a Tesla supercharger station, of course. So maybe I can go buy some broccoli and see if this car runs on gas. All right, I've had to take drastic measures to get around the traffic, and now I'm on this toll lane, and now I have to take a different way to get to Addison. But now, with 26 miles left, it says traction battery low, charge vehicle soon. Okay, I'll get right on that. I'll stop right here and get a charge. I gotta go to one spot. So basically what we wanted was the Dallas North Tollway, which is right there. But we got a crossover. We'll probably just get off, make a UE, and then get back on. Seems to be the fastest way. But yeah, might as well prep that tow truck, warm up the engine, because we're gonna need it. I can tell. I got that feeling, when your day is totally ducked. It's ducked. This is it. This is what a duck day is like. You can just get that. Yeah. This must be why people have so much time sitting on their hands doing nothing, which is the worst thing for you ever. And then look how low the steering wheel is, by the way. It's almost like it's like a laptop level. Look at the distance between the steering. Look at my shoulders up here, and the steering wheel's down here. It's like I'm steering a laptop screen. And when you turn the steering wheel, this is the infrared cameras, right? The steering wheel blocks it. I'll have to show you in a parking lot, but you can see how it's going to cusp up over it. Oh my gosh. And then you all spend your time here in these cars in traffic and then come up with nonsense ideas just to make other people miserable. I think that's what's happening. We got too many people driving EVs, too many people commuting, too many people on their phones, too many people doing things, finding ways to make other people miserable. I think that's your problem. All right, let's get off here. Oh wait, nope, we ain't getting off. We got to keep going. Hey, at least the speed limit's 75 and we're doing 65. That's great. What a wonderful day. Beautiful day. Just beautiful. All right, now we're getting somewhere. It's just kind of funny. I think the way some of these people drive, they realize if they drive terribly and total their car, they get another one. And maybe their car payment goes away and they can start all over, like a reset button, because most of these people are probably gamers anyway. They're probably just not in a rush to get home, but going to get home and do some gaming. We used to call it fragging, but you know what? Let's see if we can do it. Low battery, can't go. Yeah, we got it. Because that person's texting. Didn't even see me cutting in front. Love it. Absolutely love it. And we're doing the speed limit too. It's hilarious. Now we're doing the speed limit. They're way back there. You know, it doesn't make sense to sit behind one person while they're, oh, hurry up. No, do your email. We're not in a hurry. Go, just, fix your email. You know, when I hold this camera, I'm not even actually looking through the camera. I'm just kind of aiming it. I'm driving, and I'm just aiming the phone. See, I can show you the door. I can show you the seat. I don't care. I'm not looking at it. Dirt. Look at some dirt. Puddle. Let's get some puddle. That was nothing. And then, like, they see you coming, and then they want to speed up to not let you in. They're definitely from California. We need to get rid of these people. Making life miserable since 2022. Alright. Status update. 29 miles from home. 18-mile range. I also need an Uber now that the tow truck's going to be on the way. Because how else am I going to get home? They're not going to tow me home. They're going to take this back to Toyota HQ. And solve the problem here of why the adapter doesn't work, and then why do I have to go to a different EV manufacturer to charge the car? Like, why did they choose the charger adapter style that they chose? They couldn't have just chosen the more abundant one. They had to give me the Tesla one and then give us an adapter. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Meanwhile, the Teslas have adapters for the other ones if they can't find their own Tesla charging station. But, we got this Tesla app. And by the way, the Tesla app, you can pull up the charging station and then use this station. But then it doesn't navigate to the station in the app. No. It just pulls up whatever, charging port is at the station you're supposed to be at using it. But it doesn't tell you how to get there. You got to put that in the car. So there's no integration here between the Tesla charging stations that this is compatible with and actually finding a Tesla charging station that you can use. That's a usability error. This is the problem with Toyota, is they got a bunch of MBAs and they think that they can just like maximize value and profit, but they don't actually sit in the car and drive it. I actually met somebody at a bar near HQ, and it was someone at the time who knew about the Highlander but had no clue about the experience with the Crown. And I was like, oh, so nope, I don't care about, no, I don't want to know about the Crown. That's not my product. I'm like, oh, okay. That's good to know. All right. Where is this dang confounded charging station? I bet you I'm not even in the right spot. But, we're near Whole Foods. Whole Foods is like right there, so we must be close. You can smell it. Where is it? I may have to put the phone down for a minute. There it is. I found it. Well, actually, Google Maps found it. But, okay, go that way, but do not enter. We're just going to go this way. How do you get in there? If you got do not enter. Nonsense. All right, let's pick a charger. I think the charging point's on the right. We're just going to take that one right there. I don't know which version this is, but dear God. 1D, it says. Okay. No parking except for EV charging. Okay, good luck with that. Now, on this one, there is no, like, charge port release button. You just walk up to it and manually do it. But now I got to turn the camera off and go through the app to find 1D and then get that going. So, also, 16 mile, 6%. Now we get to sit here for like 40 minutes. Oh, joy. Okay, this is ducking hilarious. I'm parked. You see this? You see how close I am? I'm just as close as everyone else. Just as close as everyone else. This is the charge port. It's right here. Ready? Okay, that's perfect. We're gonna grab, this is 1D. We're gonna grab it. This is the stupidest shit. This is the... You know what ruined my day? This ruined my day. I don't want any friends that have this car. If you are my friend and you buy this car, you're not my friend anymore. I don't want to hear your bullshit. I don't want to hear it. So now I got to get in the car and drive it, well, into the charger so that I can charge this fucking car. Yeah, I am crawling to the edge there. It clearly doesn't like it, but there's no camera either. I can't see how close I am to it until I actually tap it. I think I'll just stop right here. And now the best part is park, power this thing off. And now I have to walk around the car. So good thing it stopped raining. Oh yeah, nailed it. I dare you to try and get closer than that. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Really cheesy. Everything here is super build quality. That's plastic, which is fine. It's just gonna get destroyed anyway. That is stupid. And maybe it's just this charging station, but I have to park that close. You can still see light in there just to get that charger cable to reach the charging point that is designed for this car. And now I have to go on the app and make sure it's charging. I don't get it. I do not get it. It doesn't look like it's charging to me. It's just got the little security blink, and then the charger's plugged in, and if I open the door, it says charging port lid is open, but it's not doing anything, and the app says it may take up to 2 minutes, but I got nothing coming in. And I selected 1D. There it is, 1D. And it's not charging. That's it, by the way. Don't get one of these. Fail. They totally failed. It's like they put it on paper, but no one ever got into one and decided to drive it or commute in it, which is weird because they should all be going to work these days, and commuting doesn't make any sense. No, that's not charging. No way is that charging. Now I gotta plug there, but watch. It goes out. Alright, call the tow truck. Alright, we're charging. You wouldn't know it because it just says accessory. If I put the car on, let's see what happens. It doesn't say anything about charge status. Except for over here, use climate system and power outlet. Well, yes. Okay. So the instrument cluster, there we go. It's finally telling me. So we now have 36 miles of range if we use the air conditioning, it looks like. The deal here, though, is it's only going to charge to 80%, and I think you can... Battery preconditioning. I don't know if you can set how it, like most EVs, you can set to 100%, 90%, 80%, whatever. Here we have a charging schedule that, no, this is such like a, my first EV experience from people who've probably never had an EV. They're just like pulled out the manual and said, this is what we're going to make it do. It says there's a low battery. It doesn't even know it's charging, but it's charging. There's two things going on here. This is dumb. Yep, go back to the drawing board, Toyota, or just basically cancel this. 52 cents a kilowatt hour is the charge right now for this. So if you can do 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour, that's basically 11 cents, 12 cents a mile. And if you were going to do, let's see, 130 kilowatt hours, 130 kilowatt charge is basically $60. Wait a minute. No, 130 divided by 2. It's a little bit more than $60. It's $65, right? Because 120 would be 60. So we're looking at a $60 charge to go the range on this at 80%, which would probably be 200 miles. So on a car that gets 25 miles per gallon, I would only need 4 gallons at $4 a gallon. So that would be $16. And this would be more than that. So good luck. Good luck saving money with your EV. Yeah, stick it to the gas man by driving this EV. This doesn't make any mathematical sense or lifestyle sense. I don't understand. And there's how many people sitting here doing nothing? You know, if I was a business owner and this was a meeting, I'd be like, you're all fired. This is like, well, I wouldn't pay you $50 an hour. These people would probably get $40 an hour. So that's 40 times 20 here. That's $800 an hour or something like that. It's ridiculous. So what we have is a 121 kilowatt hour remaining, I guess, fill. And then from there we have 55 minutes, 25 minutes to 80%, 55 minutes to full charge. So we're going to be here for at least half an hour. Hope you got the time for that. It's funny, you don't have time for anything else, but you got time to sit here and charge your car. The irony. It's 2:38 in the afternoon, and I'm feeling kind of special right now because that Tesla and the one that just parked next to me and the few that have been circling around like sharks are all trying to find a charging station, and they're all giving me the dirty look because I'm not in a Tesla. I don't belong here, apparently. So, instead of just bailing early and then parking the car, there's another one circling around. They just kind of stare at me and like, oh, another one. That's 3. They're staring at me like I shouldn't be here. But, that's what Tesla did to their customers. They allowed other manufacturers to use their proprietary charging port, and they basically called it NACS, which is North American Charging Standard. Let's see who snags that spot first. Is it the red one, the white one, or the blue one? Well, that one just parked. And I think it's hilarious that they get to sit here and keep at least one person from charging right now. That's kind of like sweet, sweet revenge. I'm loving it. There's one person that came out, he was dressed like a frog. He had like brown tight pants and a way too small green shirt on. And he's probably driving that black X. Oh, is he going to hit the Corolla or the Fiesta? Whatever. He probably will. I'm trying to find that frog guy that was walking around. It was kind of hilarious. He looked right at me. And the spot in front of me was wide open anyway. There's another weirdo. I do not want to stay here any longer than I need to be. I think I'm going to head out. 174 mile range now, 40-minute time to charge, 10 minutes to 80%. And the fallacy about these EVs and their range is they give you like the max range, but for ideal situations, you only want to charge to 80%, so your battery lasts longer, and that 80% is not a full charge. So when they tell you your range is 300 miles, you got to deduct 20% off of that. So your range is really 240, right? So 80% is a lot less than 100%, so instead of 300, 20% of that is 60. So yeah, you're at 240. And then basically, you got to do this, well, before 240 miles, because you don't want to have 0 miles. You couldn't make it to the next charging station if you had to wait for another charger. So yeah, There you go. I'm gonna get out of here. The charge at, how much did it charge? I guess it charged, does it tell me what it charged? I might have to look in the app because there's really no status here. This makes no sense either. The car won't tell me. Battery power balance. I got the air on anyway because I'm not going to sit here and suffer. I'm living my best life. But 52 cents a kilowatt hour. So you just take 93 or whatever that number is to get to 80%, I guess. And that's $45. Pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, wow. So, you know, if you thought only gas prices go up, guess what? Electricity prices go up too, because this supercharging station apparently charges based on demand. And when the station's full and everyone's here, oh, here's a Kia EV6. When the station's full, the price goes up. Now, could you imagine paying for gas like that? Oh my God. Yeah, this is not for me. I do like the Polestar 4 though, but I do not like this Tesla lifestyle. Any of this, none of this. This is like, I might as well just, it's like going to the airport. You're just meeting people you don't like. Yeah, I don't understand what this means. It's not, it's that how much left? 90 kilowatt hours? Is that how much I have? I don't know. So as far as an EV goes, Toyota's BZ doesn't tell me anything. And maybe the whole point is like, oh, you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to care. You're supposed to know about miles. But then if I go to a charging station like this, it's like, oh, okay, so it could cost me 35 cents a kilowatt hour or 52 cents a kilowatt hour. My bill would be different every time I show up here, but I would expect to get 100 miles or 200 miles out of a charge. It would cost me different every time. And how does that make any sense? I don't even know what I'm getting, right? Like, at least with fuel, you can get different grades, like 87 octane, 89 octane, 91 or 93 octane, and you can pay for that, and you can choose that. But here, number one, you're not choosing how much electricity is coming through the charger. You're just going to a rapid charging station. And then, oh, that's funny, he's gonna go back and forth like a Austin Powers movie. I don't know why they don't have four-wheel steering. Is he going to go forward again? Yep. Nope. Can he? Do they have auto parking? This is painful and hilarious at the same time. Who knew that your entertainment would be me recording someone trying to back up a Tesla into a parking spot? And that's the Model S. I think they even discontinued. What are you doing now? Where are you going? Who knew it was that hard? All I know is pulling this up to a charger station, you got to go right. You might as well just tap the damn thing because that's the only way you're going to get the cable to fit. Unless you move over to the left. And I am already, as you can see, close enough to the line. But you can move just a little bit more. And probably get a little closer, like a little less lateral. Just to get the charge. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. That's my review of the Toyota BZ. So far, I couldn't even get out of the park. This is my first 24 hours with it, and I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive it home, and I'm going to park it. Because there's no Tesla supercharger near my house. This is the closest one. And it is still about 30 miles from me. There may be one in Frisco, but it doesn't show up on the app for me as a way to charge a non-Tesla car, okay? I want to be clear with that. Also, I know we were talking about the steering wheel blocking. See this? This is blocking the infrared camera when you do that. Not that you're going to be driving like that, unless you're on Mulholland, you know, if you're in a canyon, twisty road. It's been an interesting experience. I'll just keep it at that. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. don't even waste your time commenting, because I won't read the comments on this video. I'm just telling you what my experience was, and I really don't care what you think. All right, the clowns are here. We got the clown umbrella. Oh, shoot. The clown umbrella's out. Things just got serious. Oh, God. 5 more minutes to 80%. I guess I stop it in the app and then unplug it and then drive away. And I'm going to park it. That's it. I'm not going to relive this experience. I did it for you, so you don't have to. Ah! Perhaps I was being a little too harsh on this car. You know, in the end, it is quite the little commuter, because it does have some power. It puts it down. You don't have to sit here and listen to an engine moaning about everything you want it to do. Let's see if I can get this light. Brakes are decent. It's front wheel drive, so you're not going to have like tremendous grip, but it is quiet-ish. It could be quieter, I would say. And then I'm not sure about insurance rates, but you know, charging at a supercharger station rather than at home does add up real fast. Now, it does have pretty good visibility. It's not the quietest car. The weird thing is these front windows have a different tint for some reason on both sides. I don't know why. The Corolla had that too. It makes no sense. But as far as pulling out in front of traffic and stuff, like a typical MPC, it can do it. So this is like the least likely NPC car out there, because it can move. But if you see someone not driving it properly, you might as well just give them the finger. I mean, give them a nudge, because basically this car is something quite of a shock to me, because it actually just goes. I mean, it has some gusto, and it's not like a fast car, but it doesn't feel slouchy, and there's no need to drive it slowly because it's an EV. You can do whatever you want. You can live your best life. So there you go. This car is made for doing exactly what we're doing, driving in and out of town, up and down the freeway, whatever, and going to and from places. It's not to enjoy the drive. It's not to impress anybody. You're not flexing, right? A lot of the cars here, actually none of the cars here are flexing. You're just blending in and getting along with your day, and you're trying not to have a breakdown. Now, if you can sort out your charging lifestyle nightmare, if you can do it at home and then not have any issues, or you don't have to go too far away in a single day for an appointment, then I think you'll be okay with one of these. And if the lease payment is a lot less than anything else out there, I think you would be dumb not to get one of these, especially today when, you know, all cars break down and there are fewer and fewer mechanics waiting for breakdowns like that to happen. There are fewer mechanics able to fix anything anymore because nobody wants to work. You don't want to work. I don't work. And basically what we need to do here is find a way to allow you to get to and from work so that you can pay your bills and not have to pay a lot of money to do so. And you shouldn't be flexing on your commute anyway. You'd be stupid to do that. So what do? You get something like this. This is 40 grand. Worst case scenario, I think it gets down, it goes lower from there because this is the loaded version. And of course there is a Lexus version, but why would you be flexing on your commute? And that would always made me nervous with those little tiny wheels that they put under the wheels. It's like, how are those wheels better than just towing the damn thing? Anyway, divert. Get back on track here. What we have is a car that gets whatever miles per gallon, because it doesn't matter. It's just an EV. And there's no transmission in the way. You just put your foot down and it responds. There's no humming. There's no buzzing. It's just a silent move. And as opposed to the Toyota Crown, which is $50,000, I would rather have this. I would totally rather have this. The Crown is useless. The only other thing would be like, okay, I'm going to get a Toyota. The first thing you would think of is, oh, the Camry. And then obviously if the Camry's out of touch, too expensive. This is going to be too expensive. Then you'd have to get a Corolla. So the question is, you know, hybrid, which Toyotas are very well known for. or a full EV like this BZ. It even has, look, BZ on the carpet, which doesn't look like a BZ from this angle. But I'll tell you, when you buy one of these, you better be BZ. All right. I don't know what else to tell you. It's an EV. Living with one is not for me. Driving it, actually, I have no complaints. It's going to be heavy, which is okay, especially for a commuter. The weight, you can tell, is way down low. It's like a skateboard with weights under it. And then there's no grip, but you're not, again, it's not a fun weekend fling thing. This is just like, get your ass to work, get your ass home. Maybe you go to dinner, maybe you go to the grocery store, and then you got like a Supra in the garage for nice days. That's what I would do. You know, take the money you don't save on gas and buy a Supra, and then pay for the electricity to charge this so that you can go to work to pay the electric bill. See ya.